Good morning.
Good morning, Miss Bryson. Please come in.
Oh, dear. Obviously, there was quite a party here last night.
Yes, it is. And I have to clean up this mess without any help.
When will Mr. and Mrs. Whitney be back?
Why?
My boss, Mr. Crown, wanted me to drop these proofs off. They're just the first batch, but he wanted me to get them to them right away.
Oh. Well, they'll be back in 5 or 6 days.
That soon?
Well, it's too soon for me. Frankly, I rather like having this place to myself for a time. Would you like a drink?
No. It's a little early for me. I'm a coffee drinker in the morning.
Well, suit yourself. Well. Don't they make a nice-looking couple?
Yes, don't they?
Hey, where you going?
I have to go back to work.
Well, look, you don't have to go, do you?
But yes, I have a lot to do, and I'm late already.
Come on, why don't you stay for a little while? Make you a little pot of coffee.
Thanks anyway, but I really do have to go. You just give this to Mr. and Mrs. Whitney. I appreciate it.
Cute.
Take a look at this bill for the kitchen equipment. It's pretty steep, isn't it? Wow. Well, we gotta get going. You can pay some of this stuff off. Sure is expensive putting this place together. But April says we're gonna do real fine, so come on, Sid. No point in being negative before we've even begun.
We're going to do okay just from April's friends alone. Those two guys were in here the other day. Really nice.
Calvin and Gavin, yeah, they're pretty good guys. Oh, and then the dance studio. You know, April thinks that the young dancers will probably turn this into their favorite neighborhood hangout.
I hope so.
Why, especially the dancers, do you hope so?
No reason. Just think it'd be interesting people to have.
Yeah, like that young dance director Gavin Wiley, for instance.
For one instance, maybe.
Oh, hi, Nicole, Miles. Good to see you again.
Oh, it looks great.
This is Bobbie Gerard, my waitress, Mrs. Gavin.
I'm April's brother.
Oh, no kidding.
Did you all come by to lend a helping hand?
No, we hadn't thought of that. Actually, we were looking for April. Thought she might be here.
No, I think she'll be in a little later. Are you folks going to stay for lunch?
Well, I can't. I'm sorry to say, I've got a house call.
A house call? You mean you're a doctor who actually makes house calls?
Yeah, there's still some of us left.
Oh, well, you are one of a rare breed, Doc.
I don't think I can stay for lunch either, but if you have a cup of coffee, I'd love it.
Oh, I'll get it.
Thank you. I have sort of a headache. I think it's from all that champagne I had at the wedding last night.
Tell you, you didn't have much champagne.
I know, but I haven't had anything to drink in so long, and you know what my tolerance for alcohol is anyway.
Wait a minute, that's right. You were a little vague when we left.
It's a little vague. I was so vague, you know I left my handbag there?
Well, that's no problem. The house call is out in that area. Maybe I can pick it up. Where do you leave? Do you remember?
In the powder room on the first floor, I think.
All right, I'll get it. Well, I've got another shower now, don't I? So I had better leave. Listen, best of luck to you later, all right?
Thanks so much.
Coffee.
Oh, great.
Yes. No, he doesn't have an appointment, but send him in anyway.
take a few minutes. I got two things I want to talk to you about. First of all, you know how to cure a hangover?
Well, first, I would suggest not dating a girl whose last name you can never remember. Secondly, swear not to overindulge the next time.
Oh, I swear.
What's your other problem?
Valerie Bryson.
I've already given you my opinion on that, Cliff. If you want to try to find out what Valerie knows, do it in your own time, at your own expense. But as I said, I don't think you're going to find out a thing.
I know that already, Mike. I don't think she has any idea what her father did. I have a confession to make. I came up with that whole idea about getting on the DA's payroll just so he could get close to Valerie Bryson. Really, I think she's wonderful. I want to take her out, but I don't have any money. Really. You know, with Draper gone, I'm having a tough time making ends meet. And there's only one attorney's fee coming in at that big office space. I'm thinking about moving to a smaller space.
Well, Cliff, why don't you just rent out some of your office space to another attorney, or perhaps even a law clerk? That would help carry some of the burden, and it wouldn't have to be permanent, just until Draper gets back.
But this is serious. How am I going to find somebody that quick?
Why don't you advertise in the newspaper?
You think that would work?
Why not?
Oh, that would be tremendous. I mean, wow, that would solve all my problems. Except, of course, this headache I have. There's going to have to be some ad, though, to attract attention. Let's see, space available. No, comfortable space available in Midtown office.
Yes.
Let's see,
Thanks.
lavish space available.
Cliff, I'm sorry. My next appointment is here.
Oh, of course. Thanks, Mike. And I'm sorry about that harebrained idea about the Bryson case. Let's see, small law firm. Oh, I better get rid of the word small. Up-and-coming law firm needs...
Come in, Miss Bannister.
Good morning. You're so busy. It was nice of you to see me.
Not at all. Please, sit down.
Thank you.
I've talked to Chief Mallory about your client, Leon Washington. I'm not unsympathetic, you understand, but his...
I'm glad to hear you say that.
Well, I don't think I have to tell you this. I'm sure you're aware this is Mr. Washington's fourth offense on the record.
Oh, yes, sir. I'm very well aware. But his present offense, that of acting as a lookout for an illegal gambling club, is so minor, so insignificant, that I'm hoping I might simply appeal to you to apply the spirit of the law in this case and not the letter of the law. The law has so many different interpretations, Mr. Carr. It doesn't always have to be so literal, does it?
I must say, Miss Bannister, your client's a lucky man. Lucky to have so conscientious an attorney representing him.
Thank you. I have to admit this is my first case, and I'm anxious for it to be successful.
Well, tell me this. Well, what is your client's attitude right now? Has he been cooperative or resentful or just what?
Well, he knows he's in big trouble because of his previous record. But I honestly think that he's really trying to pull himself together. That's why he took a minor job in the gambling club instead of getting into something heavier.
Does he have another job possibility?
Oh, yes.
Well, in light of my discussion with Mallory and the fact that this is a minor offense, we'll drop the charges.
Thank you, Mr. Carr. Believe me, you won't regret
But I
it.
want you to make it clear to Mr. Washington. It's for this time only. This is his last chance, and I mean that.
Oh, yes, sir. Believe me, I will tell him. If I have to pound it into him, I'll make him know that.
Incidentally, Miss Bannister, which firm are you with? Or are you with Legal Aid?
Well, sir, I'm not with any firm at the moment. As a matter of fact, I'm looking around for office space. It takes time getting settled in, you know.
Yes, I know. Do you have a business card?
Yes, I do.
I might have a suggestion for you. I'll be in touch with you later in the day.
Okay.
And don't forget to tell your client exactly what I said.
Oh, no, sir, I will.
Good morning, Miss Bannister.
Good morning, Mr. Carr. That's fine, thank you.
Oh, hi, Nancy. What a surprise.
Ellie, hi, darling. What a nice surprise. Sit down, join me. Have some iced tea?
I'll be glad to join you for a second, but I don't want anything, thank you.
Oh. Did you enjoy the wedding last night? I thought it was a lovely party.
Yeah, it was quite a party, all right, but frankly, I didn't have a very good time.
dear. What? Oh, you mean Jody's little overindulgence in champagne?
Yeah, it worries me. It worries me to see her like that. She's just a kid, Nancy.
Now, wait a minute. Don't be angry with her. I'm sure she was just experimenting. You know, someone who has no experience in wine or anything like that, they don't realize what happens if you have an extra glass or two, especially when you're in a mood to celebrate. And I think everybody was feeling that way last night.
Yeah, I don't think that Jody was celebrating at all. In fact, I think she was rather hostile toward the entire world, me included. Well, things just aren't going well at the dance studio for her, or the dance company. That's all she cares about is her career.
Well, I think that's natural. Her career is important. I don't think there's any question about it. Tell me something, dear. If she asked you to give up your career, would you do it?
No, of course not.
Okay. Then you have no right to ask her to do it.
Yeah, but that's different.
How?
Because I want her to give up this particular dance company. The atmosphere is not healthy for her, and she's not ready to accept that heavier responsibility. She's certainly not ready to become lead dancer, and that's what I keep telling her.
Okay. Now, that might be part of the trouble, because she isn't getting the support she needs. She isn't getting it because you're not offering it to her.
It's possible, I guess.
Oh, Mrs. Carr, hi. I'm sorry. I'm late.
Well,
Kelly?
listen, go ahead, sit down. I was just on my way.
Well, Kelly, join us, please. You're more than welcome, Valerie. It's all right with you? Oh, yes, it's a fine idea. Then I can get two opinions on what I should do instead of just one.
What kind of opinion?
Well, I was telling Mrs. Carr last night about a job offer I received. An international photo service is looking for photographers to work in Europe. It would mean a lot of traveling, a fantastic salary. Of course, I'd have to leave here and go back to Europe indefinitely. It does sound tempting.
Based upon my experiences in Europe, I can give you some advice on that very easily.
What?
Don't.
I've given it a lot of thought, especially since our conversation at the reception.
Yeah, but Val, you were so determined to stay here and start a new life in the States. Why would you want to go back to Europe?
I have some other considerations, Kelly. And that much money is hard to refuse.
Yeah, but you'd be traveling all the time. You'd be here and there, back and forth. You wouldn't even have time to spend it, so what good is it?
But have you ever been to Paris in the spring? London in the fall? Zurich in the winter? Athens, Rome?
Rome. Rome can get very hot in the summer. Anyway, you'd be traveling. You'd be living out of a suitcase. You'd be in a strange town every 2 or 3 days a week, maybe, if you're lucky. You'd be in musty trains, cold hotel rooms, and you'd certainly get very lonely. There's no doubt about that. Well, if you want my advice on the
Kelly?
subject,
I don't think that Valerie is asking us for any advice. I think she's just looking for assurances that she's made the right decision. You are staying, aren't you? Oh, Mrs. Carr, how do you know so much? I refused the offer the minute I got it. I want to stay right here in Monticello. Well, hello there.
Hi.
What are you doing here?
I'm hungry. It's lunchtime, and I'm hungry.
I figured that. Come on in. Sit here.
Thanks.
Here we go. Everything's good. Nice to see you again. You must be working really hard now, getting ready for your opening night, huh? What's it called? The Whitney Dance Company? Try the fried shrimp. Listen, I was wondering...
Tuna salad and coffee, please, Bobbie.
You got a good memory. You remembered my name.
Vanilla ice cream for dessert.
Okay. Listen, I was wondering, maybe I could come over to the dance studio sometime and watch you practice?
Rehearsal. Well, generally, we don't have visitors for rehearsal.
Oh. Well, see, it's just, I've never seen anything like that in my whole life, and...
Well, I think it'd be okay. Just as long as you stay quiet and stay out of the way.
Well, I'll stay anyway.
All right, then. Come over any evening after work and make that chocolate ice cream, will you?
I sure will. Thanks, Gavin, for letting me watch your rehearsal. I'm really going to look forward to it. I really will.
Hold on. Real old champ. One for the mess. All right, I'm coming. Well, the good Dr. Kavanaugh. Come in, sir. Do come in. Everybody's out. Not a soul around but me. So what do you want?
It's quite a party last night, wasn't it?
That's your opinion.
Oh, you don't think so?
I'm not paid to think, Doc. I'm paid to do. So what can I do for you?
Well, I'm sorry. I don't want to keep you from your playtime. Actually, I just stopped by to pick up my wife's handbag. She left it here accidentally last night.
Oh, yeah? Well, where did she leave it?
In the ladies' powder room, she thinks, on the first floor.
Oh. Well, you see, I haven't been in there lately. Look, it's right down the hall on the left. Why don't you go find it for yourself, Dr. Torp?
Excuse me.
Oh, I see you found your wife's purse. I don't know, I think it looks better on you.
You turning this whole place into a game room, Gunther?
Yeah, I like games. Somebody gave the Whitneys a dartboard for a wedding present. Some wedding present, a dartboard, some dumb gift.
I don't know. I think it's a pretty good idea, since there is actually a recreation room in this house.
Well, I thought I'd just try it out, you know, sort of christen it for them before they get home.
You're not too good at it, are you?
Think you could do better?
Yeah, probably.
You know, I just remembered something about you, Doc.
Really remembered something, huh? It's surprising considering the circumstances. What'd you remember?
I remember that I told you once that I don't like doctors. You're all a bunch of cheaters. You're hungry for money. You know, I think I'd rather go to a corner drugstore than a doctor anytime.
See, that's too bad, Gunther. See, personally, I have nothing against chauffeurs. Unusual dartboard. Very unusual.
Yeah, it sure is. Two of them. Right between the eyes.
Oh, congratulations.
You think you better mind your own business, Doctor?
You know, Gunther, I don't know who you are, but I know what you're not. You're not the faithful, loyal, discreet servant everybody thinks you are. You are the classic case of a servant who hates his own employer, who's treated like dirt, and who would love to be giving the orders and not taking them. Yeah? You're a classic case.
Well, what do you know? You're quite right, Doctor. I'm not too good at this game. I miss.